Okay, we are recording. Go ahead, Sherry, take it away.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you. I know you were working hard. We saw the results, all over the Facebook group. And I guess I should just remind you, if you're not on there and you need the link to be added in, let us know. You could do it in the chat, or you can text one of your, Nancy or I, or most all the directors actually are admins on there, so they can add people too. So anyway, we're just super excited. We are, oh, Nancy, this is different. Nancy's, oh, no, Faith. Faith, you're sharing your screen.
Faith, you want to just hit stop screen share somehow, or let me see if I can control.
Oh, there, we're back.
Okay,
good enough.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, so hopefully you were checking on there, because a few people added their wording and their scripts that were helping them book some more parties. And then I think I added one, Heather Schaus, who booked a ton of catalog shows for the month of May. So we're just trying to keep adding things, and thank you for anyone who put things up there. Jody Kirby, thank you for putting up your deal or no deal. That is really cool. That's a great successful thing to do too. So what we want to do though is actually just chat with some of you and see how it went. So we're gonna, not yet Nancy, but in a couple minutes we're gonna actually break into small meeting rooms. I think this is going to be Nancy's first time to do this on her computer. So it's going to be random. So there's going to be, well, let's see, we have probably do 8 groups, Nancy, when it comes time.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
All right, so we're going to be put into groups randomly. And then we're going to need someone to kind of facilitate that group. So if you're a director and you're in that group, you're going to see who's with you and want to take charge. That would be great. If no one really steps up, how about if you figure out who has the smallest consultant number and have them? But here are the questions that I want you to ask. So at least half of you need to write them down so somebody has the questions. So kind of, what did you think of Stephanie Richardson? So you could just write Stephanie Richardson ? And her suggestions, and kind of how did that go? Like question, how'd that go? How about Marna Ross ? And let's see, I have a couple more. The successes, like what went well and what was kind of a struggle for you still. And then whoever kind of takes charge of this, we'd like you to find out how many parties were booked. So ask everyone. There's going to be about 9 people in your little group, not that many. So say, okay, let's just go through. How many parties did you book? And then how many people joined our teams? How many people were signed? So we want to try to get an idea of that from our last call. So that's been in the last 2 to 3 days. So we're going to have a facilitator. And then this person, whoever facilitates too, maybe if there's a really good idea of that you hadn't heard or someone suggested, jot that down. So when we come back together, we're going to have those facilitators just put their name in the chat and say, our group scheduled 22 shows. We had 2 new consultants, and one of the best tips we heard was X, Y, and Z. So it'll be kind of a short, kind of a 1-minute share. But we thought, and then if someone else has already shared that and you didn't have anything new from your group, then you can say, hey, got it covered, but we're just excited that what's happening with our businesses. So what did you think of Stephanie Richardson? What did you think of Marna? How did your tracking go? What were your results for how many more bookings you added, recruits that were joining your team, struggles? The struggles and the successes we'll kind of leave within your group because we won't have time to go over all of those, but any one particularly really good idea. So, and whoever, when you get in your little group, you guys celebrate as much as you can the added shows and really enjoy. We're not going to do this fast. We're going to give you about 20 minutes to do it. So once you get split into groups, I think you'll get a little message on your screen that says, please join the group. And you have to press yes, you will. And then Nancy's going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And what's going to happen in 19 minutes, you're going to get a message that says, your group will be ended in 60 seconds. So if you're the facilitator or someone in the group might want to set a timer for like 19 minutes, So someone's not really in the middle, or that everyone gets to share a little bit on your call that wants to. So any questions, if you have any questions about how the breakouts go, if you want to put them, stick them in the chat. We'll see if we can answer that. Someone's having trouble with internet. And then Nancy, once we get facilitators, when we come back, you can put your name in. I don't think there's any more. So Nancy, let's do that, because we really want to get some feedback on how you did over the last 2 or 3 days. And Nancy, let's try this.
Okay, I will. And I just typed in the group what the facilitators need to be doing and what they're reporting back on. So there's 3 things that Sherry said, 1, 2, and 3. So you can.
And you might not be able to see that when you're in your groups. So that's why I wanted someone to write it down. But if it might be, you might be able to too. So someone's having trouble hearing in and out. So I know people are having internet problems, but I will see if I can turn my speakers up a little bit.
Let me turn mine up too. Sherry, can they chat inside their individual groups?
I think, try it. I haven't done it that many times. They might be able to, but with a small group, you guys will be able to talk back and forth. So.
Hold on. This is my first experience with this, guys. So, you know how that goes.
Technology, love and hate it.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to do 8 breakout rooms, Sherry, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. She was teaching me how to do this earlier. And it's automatically going to assign. There's going to be 9 to 10. Create them. Okay. And then I hit add, open all rooms, right?
Yep.
And everybody's name is really cool. Look at that. All right. We're not assigning facilitators. So figure it out. Either a director that's there that was in charge or the lowest consultant number. Here you go. And I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Go. Here you go. Bye. So I guess we'll get in a breakout room, Sherry. Is this correct? Oh, there they go. They're all leaving. This is cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see here. What do we got going on here, guys? Did you accept? Let me see. I'm going to hang out here for a while. Candace? Alicia? Alicia, are you there? Alicia, are you there? Candace? Ah, there's somebody. Lisa, can you hear
Hi.
me? Oh, this is cool.
I'm trying to see all of you.
Okay, let me set the timer really quick here for 18 minutes because I'm the girl in charge here on the. I've never done this before. This is really too cool. So let's see here. Timer 18 minutes. Start. Okay. Here's somebody. Tanya.
Hello.
Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Well, I'm fine if I could figure out what I'm doing here, but we're doing it. So there's Candace. Hey, Candace, you figured it out, Miss Technology Queen. Who else is here? This is cool. So did you guys get a message saying, allow me to come into the group?
I
I
didn't
think
get
one thing to join.
To hit join? Okay.
I didn't hit join. I just unmuted myself and started my video.
All right, let me unmute these 2 other girls. Unmute. Oh,
Oh.
there's Dawn.
Hi, sorry, my computer froze and I had to go in through my phone.
Okay. And here I'm going to unmute iPhone, whoever iPhone is here. Unmute.
Yeah.
No, unmute you. Come on. Unmute. Okay. iPhone, whoever you are, you're.
That's probably me.
Oh, so that's you. Okay. I'm going to get
It
rid
might be. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to get rid of her because I don't know who it is really. Okay. It might be somebody on that iPhone. All right. Here's Krista. Hey, Krista. Let me unmute her. Krista, you're coming in.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can't see you, but
There we go. Sorry, I just got out of church. It was a late night, so I just got home.
excellent. Wow, this is great. Okay. And I don't know who, I think iPhone may be Dawn.
Yeah, probably is.
3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So let me I'm seeing this little breakout room here, this message. Okay, I think this is it in the room. Okay, I am not going to take charge because I'm doing this program. Who wants to be our facilitator? Now, I know that we have some take charge kind of girls in here because I just have to know a few of them. So,
What are we taking charge of? Sorry, I missed it.
okay, you are okay. I guess you're going to take charge since you asked, then, Krista.
Okay.
All right. There's two things that we want to do is we need to hear from everybody. We only have like about 17 minutes.
Oh,
Candace, maybe can you flag us when we're a minute out? Like,
Yes.
So that we're okay, we're at 15 minutes. So set your timer for like 13 minutes and flag us so we can make sure that everybody gets to talk.
Okay.
But Krista, what we want to do is, what did you think of Stephanie Richardson's 25 contacts? And how did your tracking go? Like, what did you get from it? I mean, how about some ahas from the Marna Ross? What did we learn from that? What did you like from it? And let me see here. Then we have to report back. We have to type in the chat how many bookings you got, how many recruit leads that you got, okay? And
okay.
and any great ideas that haven't already been shared in the group. So I'm going to be calling on all 8 group facilitators, and they will be typing their name in the chat so that I know. Okay, so
Okay.
you got a hold of that, Krista? Can you kind of lead this and kind of call on some people?
Yeah, I can go ahead and start. I know quickly so I can get some of the tracking. Didn't get any responses of recruit leads. Obviously made some touch points, but didn't get anything. Did receive 1 booking so far for myself.
Good.
The Sharon Richardson, or Stephanie Richardson, excuse me. I'll just share one takeaway I really enjoyed was the teaching the team concept, like how she does the sheets monthly, and she kind of has them fill out how they're telling and how their contacts are coming along. I would like to do that for my own team just to help create accountability and kind of help us work as a team. It kind of shows more of a team effort on that tallying she was talking about. So I really enjoyed that. And then far as Marna Ross, I think I laughed through the whole thing. I love that lady. She's great. The implementing, my thing that I would really like to do is implementing the Facebook recipe posts and how she engages others to help, like, pick a recipe and I'll make it. Love it. And I would like to do that to engage others to drive more business. Did you guys like that?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
So write that down. We can report back on that one. I thought that was brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, there's no reason why we couldn't all do that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Tanya, you want to share what your stats were and your bookings and recruits?
I didn't have any recruit leads, and I have I don't have a date, but they said in June, and I have a second maybe in June, and then I have somebody who said maybe later in the summer, but we're not counting those, right? They have to be June. So I have a couple leads, but nothing definite. Like I need to get them to pinpoint a date. And so, and then I use some of the things we talked about. Like I had somebody who already booked a show. So for May, before I started this training. And so I was thinking about the Marna Ross things, like about how customers get fatigue seeing post. Like sometimes happens customer fatigue from post after post. And then I liked from Marna the fact that, and we talked about this the last, the first meeting, incentivize the host with 3 bookings and give a prize to get more bookings while you're at the party, because Marna was talking about that too. And then appeal to people's emotions. Like, that was something I thought was good, instead of just appealing to like, hey, if you need this or whatever, talk about what's the frustrations in the kitchen, or, you know, how good the food tastes or smells.
Right.
They hit on the senses kind of thing is the way I took it away from there.
Right.
So,
Good.
yeah. And I still, I feel like there's still more contacts like I need to make.
Mhm. Mhm. Excellent. Oh, good. All right. And how about Lisa? Hey, Lisa.
Hi there. I got one booking, another booking for June. I'd already had one booking scheduled, and I have another one scheduled for June, an in-home party. There is a chance I may have a virtual party in June. So I'm having people request June because obviously the double host rewards, but I'm going to be out of the country for most of June. So I'm trying to get everything done in the first 10 days of June, or the first 9 days while I'm still here.
Sure.
So one definite new show, possible virtual show, no recruiting leads. As far as the Marna Ross, I really also like the part where she said something about the emotions, and also to keep the post original. Don't just put something in there about a product. Kind of do something that other people have not done. I'm running a virtual party right now, and I put something in there as about how do you function in the morning? You know, show me a GIF. And I posted one of myself with a gift that I found was a massively large coffee cup. And then some of the other people posted a sloth and something else. So tomorrow, my lead-in post on the virtual party is kind of going to tie into that, and it's going to be with the ceramic egg cooker. About, okay, for those of you that are also not morning people like me, this is a great product for you. I also like the idea of giving a gift when 3 people booked a party too.
Yeah. Right. Very good. And I think one thing that we're all learning based on with Marna talking about the emotions that we're trying to drive and being original is how we're connecting and developing that relationships. Obviously, it's easier, I feel, in live cooking shows or when we're at the heart and with people in their homes. But I really kind of took that key too with the virtual of really growing that relationship online. And so I think she hit it on the money with the emotions and originality. So that's great. Good. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Dawn, what do you got?
Well, I am still kind of newer to doing this. I've only been doing this about maybe a month and a half, but I really liked how the first one, it kind of like said like different things to do, like get in contact with people and like stuff like that. And then the second one was very funny. Yes. I got a lot out of both. I have a very bad like short-term memory. I don't remember everything, but I know I took a lot away from it because I booked 9 shows, 1 event, and 1 show for June.
Holy smokes, you rocked it.
Yeah.
Nice job, Dawn.
And I basically just did green lighting on my Facebook, and a couple of newer friends that I've made recently from fairs and, you know, meeting people online, just basically friend requesting me. Those are the people I hit up, and those are the people that I booked with. So I'm good. My May calendar is full, and I'm starting on my June calendar.
Excellent. Excellent.
Well, Dawn, what did you say? Tell us what
what
messaged. I mean, we need to hear that.
Well, one of the things I try to do a little bit, like if somebody, It's harder when people sell another product too, because if you run into a different direct sale vendor, they automatically don't want to do a party for you because they're already selling, they're already doing their own thing. Party swap with them. That is the easiest way to get a party, because you do one for them, they'll do one for you, and you get a booking that way. I did that with about 7 new vendors I met, and it worked.
Good.
So nobody even actually told me to do that. I just kind of like asked one person, and I kind of said it wrong. I'm like, well, do you want, like, I didn't know what to say. They said, oh, you want a party swap? I'm like, yep, that's it. That's what I want to do. So that actually worked very well for me. And it's people from all over the United States. They're not just in one state. So if I get at least like one from each party, even one recruit or one booking, because I don't have any recruits yet. I don't have any leads for recruits. I'm working on it, but I'm happy with my bookings. So that's it.
6 minutes,
Okay.
15 seconds. Good job.
Awesome. Okay, Candace.
Hey. Let's see. As far as what I've already booked in the contacts, I just green dotted. And I have 2 May and 1 June that I added. And then I signed a new recruit today.
Hey, yay.
A team member as well.
Great.
And I also, with Stephanie Richardson, I kind of had already heard some of her stuff and was doing that team tracking, getting them more engaged and working together as a team instead of just posting individual tracking and contacts and success. So that's something that I really wanted to work hard on. And then with Martin Ross, mine was about learning how to build the relationships by the posts that I'm making. So instead of just putting it out there, like the morning things, how are you getting your morning started, choosing recipes, which one they wanted to make that day. I also message with some of the people, not with my virtuals that are going on right now, but just on Green Dot about recipes and what they might like to see in the future. So just trying to build some relationships with some people that I'm in contact with. So that was mostly what I got from it.
Good job. All right. And how about Donna? Are you unmuted?
Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Hey, sorry about that. I actually was a little late because I was talking to a possible recruit on the phone, so that's a good thing.
Okay.
I just promoted to director at the end of April, so my head's kind of spinning right now. So I'm going in several different directions. So I did start on the 25 contacts. I did send out the customer connection email, and I did some green dotting a couple nights, and I called a past host. So I already had 2 cooking shows on my books for May, and I did a kind of a vendor online event with multiple vendors, and I got a new customer from that. And so she was one of my customer connection emails that wanted a catalog. And I did get her for a catalog that I sent out today. I had just talked to a lady before we started about a virtual. I sent her out. The prior host is thinking about May, but she definitely looking at June. And from the Green Dot, I got a virtual. So right now I have 5, so I want 5 more for May. My live cooking show from Friday hasn't closed yet, and I kind of felt like there were a couple of possible bookings from that. And then the one Saturday, they've got like 10 people coming, so I'm really brushing up and hoping to get some bookings out of that. I have been using the incentive that you get this prize if you get 3 bookings. So, and that has worked fairly well at this point. So, and I always take a gift for the host.
Great.
Hey,
Okay.
Donna, can I ask Donna a question?
Yes.
Sure.
or all of you actually, what kind of, refresh my memory, I know we talked last time about what kind of prize, somebody said like a brownie pan or something. Like if you get 3 bookings from that person, like what's an appropriate gift to give? Does anybody have favorites or anything? Because I want to start doing that.
We're actually, that's a great question, Tanya. We're actually going to talk about that when we come back in. Sherry's going to do some training on it, so.
Oh, okay.
We've only got 2 minutes.
Yeah, we only have 2 minutes. So go
Okay.
Okay, so let's get in a few more reports then on the bookings or the recruit leads. Sally, are you there? Can you unmute?
I'll unmute her.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm having a lot of difficulty. I think I've been picked off 3 times. I'm in a hotel room, so I don't know if that's what the problem is. It's a pretty big hotel.
Okay.
I'm still working on getting bookings. The only booking I had for May ended up turning into a recruit, which isn't a bad thing, but now I have no parties at all. But I did recruit Sunday. She signed up. And
Congrats.
thank you. I have one party in June, an in-person party, and I am in desperate need of getting bookings for May still. I guess I'm working on virtual parties right now just because of the time frame.
Okay. Okay, great. All right. And then I'm just for time reason, I'm going to make sure we can get in Jen or Gail. Are you on? I see Jen. Jen, are you unmuted? Okay, let's go to Gail. Gail, are you there and to unmute? Give us your stats.
There, Gail's unmuted.
Can you hear us? I see you unmuted. No? Okay. And then who is our other one down here? Is it Chasen? Jason? There you are. Hey. I think she's muted.
Jason, here, I'll unmute her.
Yeah.
No, you're good to talk. Talk quickly because our time's up. Jason, what'd you get? Jason? Here, don't touch anything and I'll unmute you. Hold on 1 second.
It looks like her screen might be frozen.
Screen's frozen.
I don't know.
Krista,
Okay.
how many? Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to get everybody back. Okay, I'm going to close all the rooms now. Thanks, you guys. This was a lot of fun. Good job. Okay, let's go back to the screen. Okay. Oh, all it's going to come, and now it says all breakout rooms will close in 55 seconds. I didn't realize that. So, we're all having to close. Okay, I get it. It probably takes about a minute to get everybody closed. All right, cool. Thank you, Krista.
Yeah, sure.
Great job. Yeah, Chasen lost the audio and the video. Chasen, I think your internet is not being strong because you're just frozen right now. We're coming back, everyone. And Sherry, can you hear me? You're on mute.
Again.
There you are, Sherry. I just unmuted you. You were muted.
Oh.
Well, that was pretty cool. Yeah. So I think I'll open all rooms. So I think we're all open. Okay. So, all right. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for, that was great. That's the first time I've ever done that. We're going to have to do that in the future. Did you like that? Put your thumbs up. Yeah. Pretty cool. Really good. Thanks, Sherry, for teaching me that. Okay. So let me mute everybody so we don't have all this background noise. Mute all. Sherry, if you could please come back in, that'd be awesome. All right. And let's see here. So if you could please, the facilitators, please type your name in the chat bar so I can call on you for a quick 1-minute share, okay? Let's see here. It's 9 o'clock. All right, it's going to be quick. It's probably not even going to be a whole minute. So Ann Harrison, could you please unmute yourself?
Hey.
All right. So Ann, could you tell us how many bookings did your group get? And Sherry, could you be tallying here for us, please?
I am.
Okay, Ann, how many bookings did your group get?
We got 21.
Woo! That's good. Good job. And how about new consultants in your group, Ann?
We don't have any new consultants yet, but we have 5 prospective leads.
Okay. And that's awesome. Okay. How about any great ideas for bookings or recruiting that your group shared that you can share with us very quickly?
So we talked about a couple of theme shows, and we talked about salsa and sangrias, a staycation party with a party in a bag, and we talked about sips and apps and summertime entertaining and snacks on the go using the cool and serve tray, cooking with kids.
Okay.
We talked about some of that.
Was there anything specific that your group did to get those 21 bookings? I mean, did anybody share anything like that?
You broke up. What did you say? Can you repeat that?
Don't worry about it. I'm just going to call somebody else. You guys did great because we're going to be running out of time if I don't. Okay? Thanks, Ann.
All right. Thank you.
Good job. Rhonda, could you come in and report back to your group how many bookings you got, new consultants, and any great idea what somebody shared that they got what they did to get the bookings, okay?
Well, we ended up with 18 shows, no new consultants, but it sounded like there were a couple of leads. As far as tips and tricks for getting the shows, we really discussed more of what Stephanie and they learned from Marna. And the big thing that we talked about was the algorithms and making sure that you've got the numbers of people in there, that you're making longer comments, you're commenting with several people. And Tim was our guru with the algorithms and helping us with our Facebook. So really making sure that we had people in there and that we were communicating and working, and everybody had a lot of great ideas and things to share.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rhonda. We got your numbers. Okay, I guess it's Angela Sweeney with a little help from Kathy. Can you come in, please?
Yes. So our group had Kathy taking notes because, well, I'm packing for tomorrow. So Kathy, can you come on and unmute and tell everybody about our bookings and recruits?
I didn't get a number for bookings. Did you get a number?
Just put in the comments, just our best guess.
Okay, well, we probably had one person booked 8 parties. I think we probably had close to 15, I think, between everybody, don't you think?
That sounds about right.
And there are some recruit leads to follow up on. And our big takeaways were building relationships, actually meeting people using videos. Successes were Cynthia got out and just met someone at the post office, I think. Angela suggested every person you had that you use tick marks, and that was more for ourselves.
And Kathy, you share your awesome idea about keeping track of your contacts.
Okay, my awesome idea with what I do is, let me find it, is I'm going to put my phone up. I use my phone for everything, so here's mine. You can see the little red dots are people who said they would have parties, and then these are my people I'm contacting. And I put a little note next to it, a V for a virtual party, L for a live party, C for a catalog party, and an R for potential recruit. And it's right on my phone.
And we all thought that looks so much more fun than a pen and paper if you're on the go and you want to keep track of your contacts.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably all we have to share.
Okay. Thank you so much. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let me see here. Ellen Lowe. I think it's Ellen Lowe. Could you come in, please? I saw an Ellen. Let me see. Oh, it's Eileen. Maybe it's Eileen. Eileen, that's you. Eileen Reed. Are you there, Eileen? She said our group had 17 shows and 2 new recruits. Congratulations. Woohoo! Yay. All right. Let me see here. Casson was kicked out. Linda Homer Hurley. I think I saw your name in there. Okay. Linda? All right. I'm just trying to scroll.
Okay, I'm good. Hey.
There she is. Okay.
Okay, so we didn't get to everybody in our group, unfortunately, but the people we did get to so far had 13 bookings, combination of virtual and cooking. We loved the organizational contact system that Stephanie had and how it really kind of challenged us to jump from the smaller number up to a bigger number of contacts every week. Marna Ross loved the tip, of course, about the engaging post that we learned this week about the algorithms of Facebook, and everybody loved the tags showing the full price, the half price, and the free. One great tip that somebody shared was that she once a month supposedly takes all her old door price slips from vendor shows or cooking shows or whatever, and says, she calls people and says, hey, you know, once a month I throw all the slips in here and I pull one out and I give away a free cooking show and you're the winner. But basically you can do that obviously to everybody. And so she just once a month kind of weeds through those and weeds them out. So yeah, those are some of the tips we had.
Very good. Thank you. All right. We heard from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 more facilitators. Could you please type your name in the chat so that we can get our stats?
I'll start. This is Sherry. We had a great group, and we had, I think we counted 21 new bookings.
Woo-hoo!
And 5 potential people. And probably one of the bet, we had several good tips, but the one that I thought was really good was Jen reminded us about how to get people's name into your phone and how to do the little game where you say, hey, you know, I'm going to give away a couple prizes. First, put my name in your phone, Pampered Chef Jen or Pampered Chef Nancy or Pampered Chef Sherry. And then the first one to text me, we'll get the first couple people to text me will get a prize. So then you have all of your people's names in, and you can kind of put names to it later so you have their information. So love that idea as a good reminder.
Good job. Okay, Sherry, let me call on Cindy Golding, please.
Yep.
Cindy.
All right, so our group got 9 new bookings, not including my 12 for my host appreciation party, because that was a little bit of a cheat if I did that. 1 new recruit, so that was good. They got most of their parties from green dotting and customer care calls, so that was really good. We talked mostly about Stephanie's call and Marna's call, and we liked the upgrade of the prize on VP parties, upgrading to a bigger prize if they booked a party. That was a good one. And popular one. The other one was voting on recipes of what to cook and voting on which tools to use also. So if you have, like, one of the gals was saying that she, on her VP parties the day before, will put like 4 products out. Which one do you want me to use in a demo? And then she'll pick one, and then the ones that suggested to do the other 3 that she didn't use, she PMs them a short video on that to help engage with them and get bookings that way. And I think that was the biggest things in our group.
Good. Good report. Yeah. Thanks, Cindy. Okay, and our last one. Thank you. Come in, Lynn Gant, please.
And Krista, too.
Oh, Krista? All right.
Yeah.
Can someone tell me what green dotting is?
Go ahead, Lynn, since you're in. Oh, Lynn, you're on mute here. We don't hear you. Darn. Okay, go now. Well, hold on. Try now, Lynn. Yeah. Could somebody else from Lynn's group come in, please? I don't know why we can't hear you, Lynn. Darn. Anyone from Lynn's group?
Nancy, it's Jody. We had 10 bookings, 4 maybes, and 2 recruit leads from our group.
Very good, Jody. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. And since we're getting short on time, Krista, I'm going to call on you now, please. Krista?
Okay, there I am. All right, so our group ended up with 19 bookings. A shout out, definitely extra shout out to Dawn, who got 9 of them. She did fabulous, was rolling. 2 recruit leads and definitely some potentials on both. Still some green dotting going on and potentials for recruit leads. That was great. I think someone had also mentioned on the Richardson info, we really all enjoyed the recipe vote, just to encourage more driving customers to our business pages. We thought that was great. And then with Marna, just reiterating the fact of how we're working with our customers with appealing to their emotions and being original and just building those relationships via, it's on virtual parties or in our cooking parties. That's kind of what we took away, a lot of that.
Excellent. Okay, guys. Sherry, give us the big number count, if you would, please.
I have 155 shows booked.
Holy.
And 10.
Wow. Oh, good job, guys.
About 18 either potential new consultants or people already signed. And I may have missed a few of those. So I'm going to say 20. Let's round up to 20. 155 and 20. Woohoo!
20.
Yeah.
And the week is still young, guys. The week is still young, right?
That's right.
So it seems that a lot of people are getting success on this green dot. I mean, I don't know. Shake your head if you feel that that is true. The green dotting? I'm just kind of curious. All right.
I haven't done that one.
Yeah. Okay. It's interesting because, you know, there's different ways to communicate with people. So keep them all open. All right, Sherry, I'm going to throw it over to you because you're going to just briefly do a little mini training for us very quickly on host coaching.
So I think many of you, I think, and one person on my group said, you know, that first call or that first 2 or 3 calls are the ones that are the hard ones. But once you get past those and you realize there's someone going to say yes, or there's someone super excited behind those. So keep going, you guys. Don't stop. And you know, we still want you to keep adding those, getting to that 25 per week, and maybe try something different that you haven't tried already. I did it. I texted Nancy earlier. I'm a little bit in a panic because I got 5 virtual parties from sending out the CCE, and I think total I've done 5 prior to this, and I have 4 starting on the same day on May 16th. So, but I think it's put that one foot in front of the other. And like anything else, when you're in a situation where you have to make a decision, you have to do something, it's easier when you have bookings on your calendar because, okay, now I don't have a choice. I have to do it. So when we fill our calendars, then I want to get more bookings from these 5 virtual parties. I don't know that I want to get 50 of them, but I want to keep going. So the next thing is host coaching. And how do you work with those people that you have so that you do get bookings, whether they're virtual or live parties? And there's a ton of training. CCE is the customer connection email. Oh, someone answered it. Okay, good enough. So when you're doing a live party, and I know Marna covered this pretty easily, you have people in front of you. They're your best audience. And she really talked about the 3 bookings from, I think she might have said 2, but later said 3 bookings from every party and doing the bonus gift. That's huge. Let them be your agents for helping get parties, whether it's virtual or home parties. The other thing is, and I heard some people talking about theme recipes. Nancy's going to touch on that for a second, but also the power tools. Instead of saying, and I hope none of you do this, but this is just a little saying, oh, well, what do you want to cook? What if they say, I want to make mini cupcakes? You know what? That is not a power tool. And maybe people will be excited about that, but it's not something that will lend you bookings in the future. Well, it might, but using a power tool, something that's $100 or more, and really highlighting that, spending some good time on it so that when people finish up, you're either going to have a huge, big sale, which is always nice, or you're going to have someone saying, I can't afford that, but man, I'm going to have a party. So using those power tools is really key, and even showing them off in your virtual parties. So for host coaching, I want to say get 3 bookings. And I can show you a really quick story. I was sitting with someone at out of town at a downline visit, and I told her, I think the biggest tip about getting more bookings is having your host work for them. And she was on her phone a little bit, and she looked up to me and she said, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, "What?" She said, "I literally just texted my host and said," because the host texted her and said, "What can I do?" And she texted back and said, "Let's try to get 3 bookings before the party ever starts. I have a prize for you." And her host texted her back 10 minutes later and said, "Okay, I have 2 confirmed bookings for you. We just have to get 1 at the party." Literally within 10 minutes by asking her host, that got her extra bookings. But anyway, so 3 bookings and using power tools. And I think Nancy's going to touch on 2 other quick things, and then we're going to kind of switch to just virtual host coaching.
Okay, and just so you know, bookings too it's not all, you know, especially newer consultants, they think people book for the free things. Yes, they do, but they also book for the fun. So a really key concept is to use the themes. The company has put a lot of energy, a lot of resources in developing really wonderful themes for us. And if you make a party sound fun, like fajitas and margaritas right now is a good one. So if you haven't gone the theme route, it's a whole lot easier to coach somebody to ask, "Hey, how about we get your friends together and have fajitas and margaritas?" That would be awesome. So if you're not using the themes, use the themes because it'll help in the bookings. And the other thing that I wanted to share is if you're doing fajitas and margaritas, guess what the recipe that you should be doing right now? The recipe is the chicken salsa lettuce wraps. And we all know why, because everything in that kit, you can say, "Hey, if you guys really like these products, you're going to get them all when you start your Pampered Chef business only this month." So you don't have to do like rush hour fajitas. Just do chicken salsa and call that the fajitas, you see, and put it in the lettuce wraps or the tortillas. So I really want to encourage you guys to use the themes, and especially that one this month, because that's what Pampered Chef is doing. It was curated and researched for you with a lot of thought behind that to really push our businesses forward. So I'm really happy about that. So I just wanted to touch a little bit on host coaching and the importance for both the live and the virtual parties, but specifically for virtual parties, because there's quite a bit, you know, on the live parties, but it has to be systemized and stored somewhere. Yes, you can do a virtual party, maybe one that you're just kind of winging it and kind of, well, I think I'll tell her to do this now, and well, I'll try that now. And that's okay too. I'm not saying don't do that, because sometimes you have to kind of take baby steps until you get somewhere. But if you have a system that you have your posts that you're sending, your host coaching posts, not your posts that go into the party, the posts that you're sending, the messages you're sending your host. If you have them all lined up day by day, this is what I'm sending. On day 1, I send this. On day 2, I send this. On day 3, I send this. On day 4, the party starts and I send this. These virtual parties, you can do a lot of them fast and furiously, and you'll find out. So Sherry, don't be too worried, because but it is important, and it takes a little while to get a system. So what I found that you have to put them somewhere, and there's 2, you know, big organizations here. So I'm just going to list some things where you can put these posts, because we're all coming into technology and our abilities of what we know how to do on a computer or on your phone. So here's some, and we're actually going to share some of these with you. Hi, Joe. I use an Excel spreadsheet, and I actually I have all my notes in columns, and I just copy and paste. So it's all right there in front of me. I don't have to go but I use my computer a lot, and that's easy. So an Excel spreadsheet's one. You can use folders on your phone. And there was a really good video by Susan Moulton, M-O-L-T-O-N. You can probably YouTube it somewhere. She does a good job of, Sherry, maybe you can post that on the Crush It group, okay? She does a great job explaining what she does. One of our friends, Terry Newberry, uses Google Keep. I've never used it before, but she was going crazy that is a really good way of storing all your posts, because then you can just copy and paste very easily. Google Keep. It's part of the Google set. A lot of people use Evernote. That's another one. You can get a free version that doesn't cost you anything, but that's it's a Microsoft type thing, but Evernote is a good one too. Some of the more successful organizations use a Google Drive. Most of you have probably heard of it or used it. You can put all your messages on a Google Drive. But whatever system that we have that we know of, we're going to post it on the Crush It group. So you're going to be seeing some different systems that you're going to figure out what you want to do. All right? Does that make sense to everybody? All right? So, but the important thing is that once you start something, keep track of what you're sending to these hosts, because if it's working, then it's kind of like you will start molding your own virtual host coaching that's going to work for you. Now, there's some calls that we're going to be doing for the homework that, let me see here. I think, Sherry, did we decide on the Trina call? Is that correct?
And I have the right number too, Nancy. I think one of them that is really going to be helpful, Trina Lutzke did, again, on one of the coffee talks. We kind of went to the coffee talk trainings because they're the most recent ones. And hers was great. I can give you the number for it. I can also put it on our group. And hers was all about host coaching for virtual parties. And then she also shared a couple of things, how she has a little actual video that she sends her hosts on what she expects for them. So that number is 712-770-5402.
Oh, okay.
And so 712-770-5402, access code 235347, and reference number 61. And the access code and the reference will have the pound number behind it. So that was a good one. And then Nancy, you put one up already that I'll let you take over for that one.
The next one, I already posted this because I found it the other day and I said, I'm just posting it. His name is, on Facebook, he's Stephen Joseph Draplowski. He's like a very big superstar and he's done really quite well in this virtual world of Pampered Chef. But we're going to post his host coaching words. I think it's I'm not sure. I think it's in a Word document. So it's already there. It's in the file section. And then I believe, Sherry, did you have access to Stacy Itzel's?
No, I thought you were working on that one, but I don't have a good way to share that, but I'll see if I can.
Yeah, I have, I'm going to post my Excel spreadsheet and it has I only got probably about 5 days of Stacy Itzel's on there. I just didn't get the rest of it and I kind of switched over to Steve. So that's how far I got it. So Sherry, if you can find the rest of Stacy's, we can post that too.
Okay.
But,
I see that Jennifer Lathrop suggested put all virtual hosts into one Facebook group so that you're posting once to all of them, especially if you're doing more than 4 to 6. So
yes, that's a really great idea. And I believe that's what Trina and Steve do. They'll be addressing that on your training calls. Just so you know, when you listen to Steve, he's pretty, Trina is kind of a hybrid between Steve and Stacy, okay? So between Steve and the home office, because Steve is really up here and the home office is a little more gentle. She's in between. So you pick what's good for you. And what I did is I'm like, oh, Steve, man, invite 200 people. But then after I started doing it, I'm like, oh, then I was like, oh yeah, I think I should tell her to invite 200 people. So you kind of have to get a feel for where you are with this virtual host coaching. So listen to these, find something that you like, find a place that you're going to store your host coaching posts and get yourself a system going on. So we want you to continue tracking your 25 contacts. And when we get together again, and that's going to be on Monday, May 13th, the same time, and that's 7:30 Central. That's 8 days from when we started. You should be around 30 contacts or so, 25, 30 per week. And you should have made about, 50 contacts by May 19th or so. So you can do this, you guys. You just have to keep on doing it. This is a boot camp. You're building your muscles, you're building your bookings, you're building your strength, you're building your business. So make sure you contact every host and know that you are going to offer them a little extra incentive for getting 3 bookings. And someone on our group wanted to know, what do you give them? You know what? That's really up to you. I mean, it really truly is. It depends on your budget, what you want to do. I had Jennifer Malik today said, I just offer them what I have in my stash. I tell them what I have and they can pick something. So it doesn't cost her anything other than possibly mailing something, depending on where they are. But a brownie pie, it could be something $25. It could be, you know, it's really up to you. But if you get 3 bookings, solid bookings, and you don't give them anything until they book, right? I mean, it's held. It's
third one's held.
On the 3rd show, it goes on that host door. I mean, on her, you know, 50% off thing. So
and I mean, it's really up to you. I've heard some people will do as much as a $50 item.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess if you've got 3 good solid bookings and you've held all 3 of them and you're at the 3rd one, it could be worth it until you get your schedule where you want to. Once your schedule is gliding along where it's just where you want, you may be able to do a little less, but.
Exactly. So it's totally up to you. I mean, you have to determine that, but it's a good technique, especially until you get to where you need to be. And so let's make sure you listen to your assignments, the YouTube trainings. And Sherry, are we sending out an email with the homework then? Is that what was?
You know what? Is there anyone that's doesn't have access to the Facebook group? No, everyone's on there. I can only see so many, but
yeah.
I think I will just put it on there. Okay. And you can find it. If otherwise, I can send an email, but I will put it on there to start with. If you don't see where the information is that we're sharing, then I think it's easier to share there anyway. Then just let us know.
It's
easier. I just want to really congratulate you guys. It's so exciting to see what is possible with when we really get, you know, dig our heels in and toes to the ground, toes to the, what do they say? Toes to the grindstone, toes to the boots to the ground, right? Boots to the ground, and we do it. That's it. I needed your help.
Yeah.
And really do it, including me. I mean, I'm pretty excited. Although I'm nervous, I'm excited about the potential I have with the new virtual world too. So a little bit of a slow adapter, but I'm gonna get there. So
we believe in all of you guys. You just have to keep on doing it. Keep on doing it.
Yeah.
And just envision your schedule on June 1st. You're going to go, thank you. I'm glad I did that boot camp. Really. Because this is what you have to do to really get your business rolling. And you're doing it. Yay.
Yay. Pat yourself on the back, everybody.
Yay. High five, everyone. All right. I think we're, let me stop recording. Pause. Stop the recording. Here.